Kia ora, internet. I need to make some cushions. A friend of mine just bought a new couch, so I said I would make some cushions for them. And also I need to make some cushions for myself, or at least one, because Parsnips has destroyed one of my couch cushions. She's taken to sleeping on one of them, and her claws keep getting hooked in these, I'm pretty sure deliberately, in this lacy trim thing. And so she's pulled all these big loops out and just ruined the cushion. So I want to make something to replace that, and I want to make some cushions for my friend. I don't know exactly what I want to make, but I'm going to go and have a look at my stash and see if I feel inspired. So I remember this bag of fabrics which I painted at a class a couple of years ago, and I've never really found a use for them. I just painted them in all sorts of random ways, and there's got to be something in here I could use as basis of a cushion. So I'm going to have a look and see what I can find. Okay, I found these two pieces of fabric I think could work. The purple one is big enough to be a cushion as it is, so I'm going to start with that. It should be easy, just add a bit of quilting. When I stenciled it, I only centered the design on the fabric by eye, so it's definitely going to need some squaring up first. I'm going to start by finding the center line through the symmetrical pattern, and then I can square everything relative to that. The gold on the purple makes me think of a brocade or something really antique, so I want to lean into that idea. I'm starting by quilting around the stenciled design as best I can to make it really stand out, kind of like it was embroidered. And then I'm going to add an echo line around the whole thing. I'm marking some diagonal lines at an angle that will make diamond shapes that kind of evoke old padded clothing. I don't know, it feels kind of fancy to me. And now I can sew along my marked diagonal lines to make that diamond background. I like to put envelope backs on my cushions. They're a lot simpler to make than zips, and also you're never going to end up with problems with the zip jamming or breaking. Envelope backs just work forever. I usually just hem the edges of the opening. I've got these strips of the purple fabric left, so I think I'm going to use one to bind the outer edge, just to add a bit of interest to the back. The simplest way of putting the backing on a cushion is just to put the two back pieces right sides together with the front and then sew a seam around the outside. Then you just trim the corners and flip it inside out and you've got a cushion. That looks really good. Definitely gives the impression of being something really luxurious and fancy, which is what I wanted. Now, onto the other piece. This one isn't big enough on its own, so I'm going to have to add a border. I'm thinking some sort of rainbow to go with the shell. I'm going to add a thin white inner border just to get it to a size that makes the maths a bit simpler. I don't want to do such detailed quilting on this one, so I'm just going to quilt a big spiral shape that loosely follows the line of the shell, and then I'll stitch in the ditch around the inner border and the outer border blocks. That came out great. I really love how the border pulls out the colours from the painted fabric. I am so pleased with how both of these turned out. They look really great. And it was so cool that I got to use some of that fabric I made. I've had it sitting there for ages wanting to find a use for it, so it was great. I really hope that my friend enjoys this cushion. I think they'll like the whole rainbow fossil idea. I'm still going to make some more cushions for them though, so I'll have to come up with some other ideas. And this cushion I think is a great replacement for the one that Parsnips ruined. Hopefully she won't do the same thing to this one. Don't forget to do all those nice internety things like liking and subscribing and leave a comment. And I will see you next time, maybe for some more cushions. Ka kite anō, Internet.